Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this event kicking off BARCC's 50th year. BARCC opened its doors and its hotline on March 26th of 1973. It all started in a tiny office in the Cambridge Women's Center with a bed and an office phone. We've grown a lot since then, and we've served a lot of survivors. And this year, we want to spend some time recognizing that. Tonight, we're going to be introducing you to our plan for the year. To start things off, I'd like to introduce a longtime supporter of BARCC and a close friend of mine, Tito Jackson. Take it away, Tito.
Hello, everyone. This is Tito Jackson, and I am so excited to give love, props, and greetings about one of the most major events that's actually going to occur in the next year, and that's celebrating the 50th year of the Boston Area Rape Crisis Center. I'm a former Boston City Councilor. I am now CEO of Apex Noir Cannabis, but this organization means the world to me. It is, again, in particular at this time, post-COVID and post a whole lot of things, and there's a lot of issues in our city that the Boston Area Rape Crisis Center has been, frankly, just center on. And so it is so important that we take our time, our talent, as well as our treasure. We appreciate those donations that jingle, but most importantly, the ones that fold, to make sure that we continue to support for the next 50 years, for the next 150 years, until we wipe out violence, in particular against women, LGBTQIA populations, as well as making sure that we are there to support. And why does this mean so much? And why does it mean so much to me personally? Well, a little bit about my background is that I was born in 1975 on April 11th. And I recently got the first copy real copy of my birth certificate. But I was born to a 13-year-old mom who had been assaulted. And sadly, she was trafficked by her own mom. And so very difficult situation that really affected the trajectory of my life. In this case, I was put up for adoption at 2 months and was adopted by awesome family, Herb and Rosa Jackson. And I ended up having many opportunities. And then when I was in college, actually I met Dwayne at the University of New Hampshire. I participated in a program that is very BARCC-like up at UNH. And it was a 40-hour training with a program called SHARP, the Sexual Harassment and Rape Prevention Program at the University of New Hampshire. And this really opened my eyes to the realities of assault, sexual assault, and the work that needs to be done, and mostly for dudes. And we'll get on that later. But guys have to step up. And so in college, I began that walk, and it has brought me here today to continue to do that work with our sisters who are out there doing this on a day-to-day basis. Men need to step up and take on the responsibility to make the changes that need to be made. But as guys kind of begin to get it together, over that whole time, BARCC has been there. BARCC has been there on the other side of the phone. BARCC has been there to continue to push legislation that is transformative to the lives and it makes the lives of people as a whole in the city of Boston and the state of Massachusetts safer. And I would submit that BARCC is one of the single most transformative organizations in the city of Boston today. It has been an awesome, has had awesome effects and outcomes. We have had great leadership there for a long time, Gina and now Dwayne, and just really, really, really proud of the work that continues to get done at the Boston Area Rape Crisis Center. And I'm so proud to be able to be a part of it. And this is your opportunity. This is your chance to continue to make sure that this venerable organization continues to stay strong. We need your time. We need your abilities. We need your talents. And I know you're amazingly talented, but also we need your resources. We need your treasure and the funds to make sure that BARCC has the phone lines, has the people power on the other line, and continues to do the transformative work of this organization. So again, Tito Jackson here, the biggest fan. I have my pom-poms and just so amped about the next 50 years that BARCC will continue to be there to make sure that folks are supported, that legislation gets passed, and that we become 1%, 2% better every single day. Thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to connecting with you guys in a very near future. Take care.
Thank you, Tito. As we recognize our 50th year supporting survivors in their healing journey, it's also a good time to look back at how it all began. Our work isn't much different now than it was then, and we were lucky enough a few years ago to be able to interview the first hotline caller ever to BARCC. So I'd like to take a moment and have you check out that video now.
Well, it was really quite serendipitous. I was assaulted on the day before BARCC opened its hotline. And I had no knowledge of that, but there was a person who worked with me who was aware that I had been raped. He was reading the Boston Globe that Monday morning and said, "You need to call these people. I think this is going to be helpful to you." My response after having made the phone call was, wow, there was somebody there who just listened to me, who didn't judge me, who didn't ask me a lot of detailed information, but who just supported me and believed me and offered for me to be able to call anytime I wanted to get support or information, offered to help when it came time for me to prepare for going to court. And I of course availed myself of all those services eventually. So that one hotline call really led to me being supported in ways that I never would have imagined.
Thank you, Dory, for sharing that incredible story with us. I mean, I feel really blessed that as an organization, we were able to share the words of the first caller to our hotline, the first person to receive our services, the first survivor who we helped through their healing journey. Over the 50 years that we've been in existence, it's actually also amazing that our work hasn't really changed a lot in that time. We still have the hotline. We're still out doing trainings in the community, educating people about this issue to try and stop it from happening. And we're still doing hospital intervention. We have what we call our medical advocates who meet people in the hospital and really help them in those first steps of their journey. Dory's words give us the opportunity to express gratitude for the trust that survivors like Dory and others have placed in us over these decades as we walk with them through their healing journey. So thank you again, Dory. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to introduce our board chair, April Evans, and she will talk to you a little bit about why she's affiliated with BARCC and some ways that you can also get involved.
Thank you, Dwayne. Since we opened our doors in March of 1973, the Boston Area Rape Crisis Center has been committed to ending sexual violence through healing and social change. The reason this work is so important to me personally is that, like most, if not all of you, I have firsthand experience with someone whose life was turned upside down as the result of sexual assault. For me, that someone was very close to me. Their life and the lives of all around them are forever changed as the result of both the assault on them and BARCC's terrific work with them. One for the worse and the other, so very fortunately, for the better. As chair of the board and out of this personal experience, as I look to the future of BARCC and our work, I am most looking forward to a day when BARCC no longer needs to exist, when we have accomplished our mission of ending sexual violence through healing and social change. In the meantime, all of us at BARCC will continue to work providing desperately needed services to survivors and their loved ones. As we commemorate 50 years of this life-changing work, we invite you to join our mission of ending sexual violence and, until that day arrives, providing services to survivors and their loved ones. Here are a few ways you can get involved during this milestone year. We hope that you will choose one or more of them. Attend this year's events, the Walk for Change, open houses, and the like. Sign up for educational programs and workshops. Donate your time, talent, and/or treasure. We welcome your support in any and all of these categories, whether by volunteering. There are so many ways to volunteer with BARCC: the hotline, medical advocacy, office support, offering a specific talent, or through your philanthropic support. And monthly giving is perhaps the easiest and most effective way to support our great work. Whatever you choose, please know that each of the 3 T's, time, talent, and treasure, matter. So much over the last few years has changed for all of us. Know that we have been working hard behind the scenes to achieve our mission. We are here, as always, focused on the needs of survivors and those who love them. This year, our 50th, we will be reconnecting with all of you. You can find more information on our website, www.barcc.org. Thank you for your continued support.
Thank you, April, for sharing the reasons why you're involved with BARCC and all the ways that people can get connected and involved over the coming year, whether it's philanthropic giving or having a training in your community or attending one of our events. Speaking of events, I want to highlight some things that we have coming up this year. Actually, I'd like to start by just pointing you to the website that you're on right now. If you haven't noticed, if you haven't visited our website in a while, you may not have noticed that we've refreshed the look a little bit. We want to make sure that people are able to find the content that they need to quickly connect to the services that they want, and do so with a modern and useful look. In terms of events, we have our annual Walk for Change coming up on April 30th. Information will be going out about that soon. I look forward to folks signing up, joining teams, and walking like you have done for years. We have open houses that we'll be announcing, and also a return to volunteer appreciation event sometime, most likely over the summer, that we're working on now, something we haven't done since COVID. So we're really excited about our return to that. And we'll be in touch with any further events that we do. Oh, and I almost forgot. We're unveiling a logo to help us mark this 50th year of existence. So you'll see it's our BARCC logo. We've added a little bit of 50th spice, and you'll start to see it everywhere for the rest of this year, at least. So with all those things, wanted to take a moment again to say thank you for coming to this event. Thank you for checking out our announcement. And we really look forward to seeing you. You know, it's when we see folks, when we see our community at our events, when we get to, you know, see people's faces and hug people and just connect with people in ways that we don't get to virtually, it really enlivens us. It really helps everyone at BARCC to feel even more excited about the work that we do. So thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a good night.